Yeah, good day everyone. Welcome to ICT 102 Qbasic. That's an introduction to programming language using Qbasic. And we've done practical 1 and 2 already, and practical 3 and 4 also. So this is just going straight to practical 5. I don't want the video to be long, so that's why I'm doing this. And I want you to have a very deep understanding of how this thing runs, so that's why I'm doing the video for you, so that you can easily have access to it every time. So this practical 5, we are going to be doing a statistical program for mean, median and variance using Qbasic. So the aim is to develop a Qbasic program that calculates key statistical values, mean, median and variance from a set of user input numerical data. So if we are calculating for mean, median and variance, you must have some set of data, raw data, set of data. So that is how we'll be able to do this. Then objective to understand and compute basic statistical measure, to process data set using array, loop and conditional statement, to demonstrate sortings for median calculation, to improve student ability to write structured Qbasic code for data analysis. So this is the equipment you need. I'm very sure you know how to write your report. Since this is not the first practical you will be doing, you already know how to write the report. So this is the brief introduction. The mean is the average of your data set. Median is the middle value in a sorted list. Then variance is the measure of how data points spread out from the mean. So let's look at the procedure. The procedure number 1 says launch Qbasic or Qbase64. So this is our Qbasic. Of course, these are on Qbase64. So then create a new program. Use an array to store a series of numeric inputs. Calculate the mean by summing the numbers and dividing by the total count. Sort the array in ascending order to find the median. Use the mean to compute the variance with a loop. Display all 3 statistical values. Test the program with at least 5 values and observe the result. So we are going to provide the 5 values and check how the result is going to go. So this is the code which I'm going to copy. So let me see if I have the Word document. I can easily copy it from the Word document. So I think it will be more easier to just copy the Word document. So I'm sure you had this with you. Of course, I dropped the copy the last time I came, and some of you did the photocopy. So let's go straight to it. So practical 5, closing this practical 5. So this practical 5, and then what I will do, I will just copy the code instead of typing it again. Okay, I will remove this. I'll put it back there. I'll copy the code, copy everything like that. Now and I will go and put it inside the Qbase64. So let's check if there is any error. It's going to show us. So it's telling us dim data 100. So let's see. Dim data 100. So what's happening there? Dim data. Okay, that's the easy here. Okay. Dim data explicit. So if you see dim expected comma on current line caused by or after dim data this. So let's dim data 10. Okay. So a few minutes, let me quickly solve this error message. So we need to understand what is happening to this error message. let's remove this data and change data to value. So anywhere we see data, we can't use value, let's use a number. Here's this number. Anywhere I see data, we replace it with number. So that's what I'm doing. If there's anywhere there is data, with number, what happened? There's another issue here. I will rewrite this code. The code is not running, so let me quickly do that. So welcome back. I have rewritten the code, so let's run it now and let's see what happens. So it's creating the .exe file here. So let's wait a few minutes and see. Oh, now enter the number of data set points. Now, how many data sets are we supplying for this? So let's say we want to use just 5 data sets. 5, enter. So we are going to supply each of the data set one after the other. So that is 10, 23, then 12, 23, 14, 15, then 53. Enter. So it will automatically give us the mean, the media, and the variance of this. So this is it. So by the time you are running your own, make sure that your data point is different. I have different groups, so each group should have their own data point and know the what they are sending, what they are setting. So if I say this is for group 1 now, using enter the number of data point, 5 data point. So let's check for another one. Let's run it again. I can press F5. Then let's say I'm using 4 data sets. So I'm using 23, 56, 34, 32. So mean is this, median is this, and the variance is this. So on and on and on, like that. So now the next thing will now be, what are your observations? You are looking at that particular file. Say the program correctly calculates mean, median, and variance. And that there was an error displayed during the runnings of the program, so we had to debug to rewrite the programs. Don't forget that is another observation. The array is stored to ensure accurate median and determination. You don't need to write more than 2 observations here. Then your conclusion must reflect your topic. Don't forget your aim and object. This practical shows how Qbasic can be used to analyze data by calculating mean, median, and variance. So if there is any formula you have that you need to run, you can easily use. You can easily set up and write a program, a Qbasic programming language to do that. So that is that. So let's go to practical 6, implementing control statement if then else for next. So let me go and save down, and I want to do the 2 practicals together. So you see, to introduce students to decision making and looping construct in Qbasic. Objective: to understand how control statement works. So these are the objectives. These are the what we need. You understand. You don't need to write this. Go to your procedure script and programming code. Example 1. This is the first programming code using if then else to check even or odd numbers. So let's look at the program. Say dim number as integer. The number we are looking for at the integer. Input. This one we ask us to input the number. To also enter a number. So we have to enter this number that is being declared here. So if number is equal to mode divided by 2, that is mode divided by 2 means if the numbers are even number divisible of 2, then equal to together, then print number is even. So that means if any number is divisible by 2, it will see recognized as even. Else, if the number will be odd. So that means if the number is not divisible by 2, automatically it's going to be odd. So if we copy this code now and go and run it, you will see what will actually happen. I have to close this. Is there any other thing like that? Okay, so I'm closing this, pasting that, I'm saving that as my odd parity odd or even .bas. Just use particle space, but it's okay. Save. So let me run it and say F5, or you go to run. So we want it to distinguish between odd and even number. We're able to declare it. So looking at the end if statement. So 3 is odd number. So that's that. That's just how that one run. It's just to show us whether to differentiate between a odd number and even number. So that's that. Then if you look at the using for next to display multiplication table, dim I number as integer. So input, enter a number to display its multiplication table. That is the number. So this is the number they're talking about. That's the number we're going to supply. For I equals to 1 to 12, so we can only supply within 1 to 12. If we send a number higher than that, it will be showing error. So print n multiplied by I equals to the number I. Next I. For example, if you input example 1, input 7. If you input 7, for example 1, okay, 7 is odd, which is, for example 2, if you input 5, so it will now reply, of course, now if you input 5 for this example 2, now reply 5 times 1, 5 times 2, 10, 5 times 3, and on and on till 12. You understand? If you want to increase it to 13 or 14, so that means we have to change it for high will be equals to 1 to 15, or 1 to 13, or 1 to 17. So what are observation here? The if then else statement correctly evaluate and respond to condition. The mode operator help determine the remainder and is useful for checking divisibility. The for next loop effectively perform a repetitive task. For next, that's the essence, to perform a repetitive task. So this practical helps student to understand. So this student you personalize it. This practical help me to understand the use of control structure in Qbasic. I will stop this right now, then come back for practical 7 and practical 8. Thanks very much.